Thank you, Keene Commodities, Lexington, Kentucky. You guys are awesome.
Perfect, amazing.
Not all who wander are lost, and sometimes they need zip ties. Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. So we are at the site of a massacre that happened 300 years ago, something like that.
And we're also still in New Hampshire. I am still on assignment.
And the kids and I are self-quarantining and getting really bored. It's not that bad. It's kind of like vacation, but you can't do anything.
Because everything's closed.
So the situation here is
New Hampshire has a few positive cases of COVID-19. As far as like protecting our family, I think we do a pretty good job of it.
Yeah.
As far as like me bringing stuff in, we sanitize my uniforms. I change before I come into the house.
Yeah, we're just getting used to when the kids come home, when we go to a store or something, we just make sure we tell the kids don't touch anything, and we usually don't. If we do touch anything, or actually whether we touch something or not, when we come back into the house or get back into the car, we've got our hand sanitizer. Everybody sanitizes. We're not taking everybody to the store when we go to the store. Some of the kids stay out in the car. You know, we just get the necessities. We don't get stuff that we don't need. So.
And we're not stockpiling things either.
Yeah, stockpiling's stupid.
But we take what we need.
Yeah.
We're minimalists, so it kind of defeats the purpose of what we do if we stock up on things.
Bad story, I won't even talk.
As far as what our plans are for where we go from here, we'll see. We're keeping our options open. We didn't really plan on coming to the north to begin with, but we did make a few changes. What did we change? Your truck?
Oh, let's wait till that. So we got a different vehicle. All right, here's the situation. We drove all the way from Florida to New Hampshire. Everything went really great. We got here, turned the car off, parked it overnight at a hotel. Next morning, jumped in the van. It started right up, jumped in the car, nothing. So we spent a couple $100. We replaced fuel pumps, spark plugs, ignition modules, all kinds of stuff, and still no go. So we ended up having it towed to a mechanic. Took the mechanic about a month to work on it. Turns out it was the
timing belt.
The timing belt. So lucky for us, the timing belt went out at some point when we either stopped it that night or tried to restart it the next morning. Funny thing is, just before we came up here, crank positioning sensor went out and I replaced that. I was touching the timing belt and should have replaced it at the same time, but I figured we'd make it up here, and we made it, but it didn't. It did, but it didn't. So anyways, while we were waiting for the car to get fixed, the whole month, we went ahead and just bought a truck. We needed a 2500 anyways to pull our camper.
So now we have it.
So now we bought a 2003 Chevy Avalanche 2500. It's got all the power we need. The only problem is it's a New Hampshire vehicle, so it's rusty as all get out. Now, another problem we have, since we're on the road, 1,500 miles away from Florida.
All of our other stuff in Florida.
And we had a problem getting the truck registered or titled now because we are not New Hampshire or Maine residents, even though we're right here. We couldn't get it titled without having a driver's license with either Maine or New Hampshire. So lucky for us, the cool thing about Florida and why we are still residents of Florida is because we called up the Florida DMV. We said, hey, this is the situation we have. We need a title. And they said, oh, cool. All right, sign it. We'll send you a form and have a local police officer look over your vehicle, verify the registration or verify the mileage, send it back to us, and we'll send you a title. So that's what we did after getting pulled over twice and about
2 weeks.
Thrown in jail a couple times, and yeah, having the vehicle towed. We ended up getting a title from Florida. Thank you, Florida.
So back to the COVID-19 deal. It's a big deal, but it's not a big deal. We quarantine, we take all the precautions. I've been asked, are we safe? Yes. I've been asked, are we protecting our family? Yes. Do we take it seriously? Yes. But we have to work. Well, I have to work.
Wash your hands.
And trust.
Watch how close you are to people. The toilet paper situation here is horrible, just like everywhere in the United States. I don't know why, but we went ahead and bought paper towels, cut the roll in half, tore off individual things. So when we wipe, we just take one square and wipe, flush. Actually, we double flush.
Or throw it in the trash.
Or yeah,
to save the plumbers.
If it's not crap on it, then we'll just throw it in the trash. The food situation. Yeah, it's hard to get bread. It's hard to get
in some places.
It's hard to get bread. It's hard to get. There's a lot of things like pastas. I don't know. I mean, people just come and take weird stuff like canned corn.
Okay.
So yeah, we just take what we need, and we're looking out for our neighbors here. So if they need anything, they come to us. We go to them. All right, be nice to each other. Wash each other's hands, or wash your hands. Wash other people's hands. The signs in the bathrooms that say employees must wash your hands, that means you have to wash your own hands. The employees won't come and wash your hands. You have to do it. So here we are at the site of, the property that we're living at, the house 1690. Yeah, so like the family that was here, living here in 1690, there used to be another house on the property, and there was a Indian raid, and I guess like 24 people were massacred here. And we figured today, like, we'd come and check it out just to see, but it's a bunch of woods, really. Little bit of a foundation, but kind of a interesting historical site. So I guess later on, the house that we're in now, they built in 1760, added onto it several times. We don't think we're the only ones living in our section of the house where we're at. We're pretty sure it's haunted.
What do you guys think of that? Do you guys believe in paranormal?
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Comment. Tell us we're crazy. Give us some ghost-proof remedies, that kind of stuff. All right, we're going sledding.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mid-1600s, the Davis family settled this land. They put up a small house, started farming it. The land remained near the Davis family until 1790, when a different family bought it. The Bickford family picked it up, and later in the mid-1700s exchanged into the Chelsea family around 1829. In 1960, July 1st, 1960, Tyrell family bought it. And in 1989, the town of Durham purchased the land for $3.1 million. Yeah! and we're from Florida, so we had nothing. So we headed up to Goodwill, got some boots and some snow pants, gloves, hats, and all that kind of good stuff. And 25 what?
Nothing.
$25 later, we got some sleds and some snow gear, and we went sledding. Anyways, thanks again for joining us.
Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. That way you know when we post. And follow us on Instagram.
Bye!
Bye!